Phoenix.
Wake up, it's time to see the love within, the heart that's free, free, free.
Being a calm being.
I'm a calm man. Everyone goes through crises. Everyone experiences conflicts, starting with inner conflicts. Everyone encounters situations and people, even objects, that are sources of stress. This was my case on many occasions. It was probably yours too. First things first, this stress is an element that everyone encounters. However, we are not equal in how we react to it. And even within our own lives, we are not able to react calmly and patiently to stress at all times. An infinite number of factors will make us either get angry and internalize stress, which is bad stress in this case, or succeed in letting go to refocus on the things that are in our spheres of influence. In this second case, stress becomes creative and transformative of the subject. Some will speak of good stress. But I admit that I am not comfortable with this notion of good stress, which can be quickly misinterpreted as stress is viewed negatively in our society, as it has the potential, objectively, to do great damage. Second point, the better we know ourselves, the better we will know how to let go to cope with stress and remain in control of ourselves. This requires first calm and patience. If you are not naturally calm and patient, work on yourself to become so. Try to observe yourself and detect the signs that will make stress become bad and set in. Coping with stress most often requires changing the way you look at the source of stress, seeing it as an opportunity rather than a challenge. Easy to say, not easy to do. Discover your personality and the strengths you can rely on to cope with stress. Try for your loved ones to be a role model who never gets upset. Meditation can greatly help some people here, but be aware that it will not be appropriate for everyone. Some people, to cope with stress, may need to go for a cigarette to focus on the problem in order to see it from a different perspective. Others will have a drink to clear their minds of this worry before thinking about it in a different way. But the best way to cope with stress is to communicate. By not isolating yourself in face of stress, by discussing the source with an external person, with any external person, you will always find, much more quickly, different ways of reading the situation you are experiencing. This will help you ask yourself the right questions. Maybe they will be questions that will emerge inside you, or maybe they will also be questions that other persons will ask you. Then, 3 things Albert Einstein said.
1.
Don't listen to the person who has the answers. Listen to the person who has the questions.
2.
The most important thing is to never stop asking questions.
3.
A problem without a solution is a problem formulated incorrectly.
You can find many similar quotes, including many from Einstein, which include the word question by emphasizing the importance of questions you can formulate for yourself. You can also take creativity or coaching training courses. I have taken these courses in my professional career to learn how to better deal with stressful problems and solve them. Somehow, after self-mastery, I would say that you also have to know how to be your own coach to cope with stress by enthusiastically finding innovative solutions while feeling the turbulences you are going through yourself. But first, you have to intercoach with colleagues and relatives before you can succeed in self-coaching. So, focus on communication. When it comes to stress, the worst thing is the unsaid. It is also necessary to refuse any non-legitimate individual violence to resolve a situation. Individual violence by the police or the judiciary is the only one that can be legitimate in the face of a non-vital problem. And if such violence becomes necessary, it is not for you to go for it, you would have too much to lose. Leave it to those whose role it is to render justice. Violence would otherwise be a negation of justice. You can read Sartre on this subject. I found my way of being calm. I realize it is important to emphasize that everyone must find their unique way of being calm. Everyone will have a different path to experience Zen. On my end, several aspects of my life have made me a calm being. First of all, I was a calm and focused child. Studying and learning helped me a lot in this, especially mathematics. Navigating between mathematical concepts and understanding them requires a lot of calm. But for other people, calmness will come from reading, science, or for example, sports, which will require them to be calm too. Then, my training and my job also helped me. Being a computer scientist often means being able to keep calm to solve bugs. A colleague once told me,
But you're a computer scientist. That's why you're so calm.
she was right, but in the end, any job requires you to keep calm in one way or another. I have also always refused physical violence and moral or psychological violence and even conflicts. To be violent towards someone is to deny the humanity of the person in front of us and ultimately to deny one's own humanity. Here, I think that we should ideally seek harmony in the collectives. However, I recognize that the interpersonal conflicts that I have experienced have all been, in the end, very rich in lessons and have contributed to my awakening. The only control that you can be sure to keep and always improve is self-control. Therein lies the real power, in my opinion.
Be calm to manage stress well.